Hello and welcome to tonight's show. This is I Suck at Gaming, and I am Paul. We may or may not have Christina on tonight. We don't know. In the meantime, I have been trying to come up with a character that complements her carefree playing style. I guess would be the way to put it. And I'm hoping that this helps. So we'll see how it goes. This is a Corruptor. I believe I'm set up for radiation and sonic. So if I look, and you already know what you see if you look and see my my enhancements. It being a brand new character, you're going to see that exactly. So I'm hoping though that I can put something into here, so I can give a good solid 30% resist. We'll see how it goes. Ultimately, I'm going to end up with the dispersion bubble thingy, which is not dispersion bubble, I don't think, around me. I'm hoping that's also going to help. We'll see how it goes. The next thing for me to sock it out is going to be obviously the individual boofs to try to help keep her alive. This is one of those characters that I may actually end up taking medicine in, just because. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to grab my coffee, I think. I temporarily turn this off as well to give me some view there. And the problem we have now obviously is we don't know if Christina's going to be here. So do I play a character in the meanwhile? Or do I just buff this one up? I don't remember what level she was at. But I do remember that she's red, so I might as well just go to the dark side and go from there. Oddly, I do have some ching on me now. I have got, I was able to plan some pickup groups and get to almost 20, and I think I've managed to sell enough in the auction house that, let me move this over just a little closer, that I could probably afford to give myself, not what I was looking for, decent enhancements. 3 million. Well, we'll see. Anyhow, it doesn't pay to even look at it until 22, I guess, so I can get 25s. I've been tending to do 27. Well, I don't know if you could tell, but I've got a notification from Christina that her headphones are dead. And to give her 5. Don't know how that works to charge something for 5 minutes. But, that's me, Mr. Vegas. Okay, all right. 19 18. Is that Sharkhead? Or is that... You know, we're going to go to Port Oaks and we'll go figure it out from there. Oh, she's in Pocket D. Let's see. Do I see her? Do I not see her? I could just invite and find out, I guess. So where are you in here? Oh, you're over on the blue side? That's why I didn't see you. I need to mount the base of the microphone to a different surface other than my desk. Yes, yes I do. Where do I do this? There we go. Port Oaks. Port Oaks is over here. There's still the one bird out there just randomly saying peep. 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 I don't think his heart is in it. Okay, Port Oaks over there. I don't remember what level she was. How did I get so far ahead of her? I must have overshot them, the level requirements. Good, it's a cave. I was hoping it would be a cave. And it is a cave. I just started this character like, I don't know, this afternoon. And I'll play it for a little while. Where did you come from? Well. Is it dead end? It appears to be. Oh. I thought. So where is this you? Is this disruption field? Okay, I need to put this over here. And then I need to do that there. Right, what did I just do? Oh, well, that's not what I wanted to do. I meant to do this. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Anyhow, I'm hoping this combination of sounds and graphics is one that doesn't annoy me too much. Yeah. Okay. I think I've got coffee. I'm getting ready. Alright, I'm not going to wait that 1 second. Don't tell me what to do. Oh. I hear something, but there's nothing I can get to. I see, meant to go around. Oh. Oh. Just gonna go over here. Alright, let's do it up. Oh, in the face. Right in the face. Come on. Alright. It's gonna sneak over here. That stun is fairly handy. My biscuits. Alright. Oh. Okay. What are you? Oh. What do you do? Frenzy power. Don't know what the frenzy power is. A tow emergency. Oh, I have to get a tow truck. Tow truck emergency. Alright. I kind of like the look of the new radiation power set attacky stuff. I hear it. Yeah. I definitely need to do more damage though. There you are. Okay. It's interesting playstyle. I guess we'll see how it goes once. Oh, time to mission. Once I get the bigger bubble, which will actually help me out. Currently, I can only buff teammates, but I figure keeping Christina alive is a good way to keep myself alive. Anyhow, I hope your day has been exceptional. It has been in the high 60s and maybe low 70s and raining on and off all day today here. So it's more of a late spring type of day than it is a midsummer kind of day. Oh, I hate these guys. I'll wait. Got some chunk going on here. I've used this character model for more than one thing. I've got this actually for the reverse. I've got it for sonic attack and radiation aura. The same exact model. And it's enjoyable. It's an enjoyable combination. But I have not done it from a Corruptor perspective. Their attention here. Come on. Oh, right in the face. Stop hitting me in the face. Yeah, I'm gonna need to suck at the hell out of that big bubble once I get it. That was a dead end. Can I get both of these guys? Nice. Yeah, definitely gonna need to socket out stamina whenever possible. Oh, eee. Red. It's red. See if we can stun this guy. Need to go to sleep, little baby. Okay. I gotta turn this off temporarily. Scourge. All right. It's gonna be kind of tough until I get some more defensive sets, or maybe like medicine pool, one of the two. I'm trying to snipe here. There's a cool looking power set. I do like it. Alright. Sniping. Sniping now. Got lots of ads. Alright. Take one of these two guys out. Missed them both. Someone's got to go. Behind you. Alright. Got one snipe here. Hold on. Looks like that is it. Hello, Cardinal. I hear you. Alright, time for a new contact. All right, Christina, if you want to grab a new contact, I'm going to get some coffee. Okay.
Okay.
Don't have my headset on yet, Christina, so I can't hear you yet. Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Ooh, that's exciting.
All right. I'm assuming you're getting a new contact?
Yes.
And where did you go? I can find out. Never mind.
Bone Spider Reuben.
Cap. I went to Cap. So ideally, what I've done is I've made a character that's supposed to be able to do damage, and then help keep you alive. Specifically,
Okay.
I don't know how well it's gonna work. We'll find out.
You never know how well anything works. I mean, keeping me alive is it's a significantly difficult job.
You are a bunny, yes.
I mean, that's like virtually ended in real life.
I don't know. I've had a hard time killing you.
Yeah, I kind of came to this conclusion when I was like, I don't know, 10 or 11, that even when I want to die, God won't let it happen, so I might as well do my best job living.
Yeah. All right. There it is. Oh, this is reminds me of like the area near the face maker. There used to be only like 2 places in the game you could go that you could um, change your costume.
Hmm.
Hello, my friends.
Hey, Zach.
Holy crap!
Happy birthday weekend.
Thank you. Yes, Paul, I assure
There's
you that I am not dead.
there's a blast out of out of the ether. Good to hear from you, Zach.
Yeah, it's just a matter of being busy. I assure you that it has nothing to do with me despising your company in any way, shape, or form.
You know, neither one of
Oh,
us would have thought about that until you said it out loud.
I realized that after I said that,
And
and I
now,
apologize.
of course, it's outward. Like, oh, Chrissy has already actually gone through the entire map. Hold on.
well, I forgot what I picked, and now I realize what I picked is the arc with the like where you usurp power from everybody.
Oh, that one.
Yeah,
It's all talk. Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be shitty. I
Well,
apologize.
I'm glad that you're busy. I mean, it's better to be busy than not be busy, I guess, Zach.
True enough. How are you guys doing?
Good, good.
You
I've had
guys?
some on and off days, but
Yeah.
And she's
mostly
been
going okay.
traveling for work. I think she spent the better part of a week in Austin, and it was like 8,000 degrees there.
It's 106 to 108. And then, of course, I was there when the whole Roe v. Wade thing happened. So then we had street protests too.
Oh boy.
Keep Austin weird. Yep. It's it's the place in Texas where you probably would expect to see demonstrations. So
Well, I think isn't that one of the more left-leaning areas?
it
I'm
is
pretty
it
sure.
is
Yes, it's like a little bastion of blue.
the island of
Yeah.
blue in the middle of a Red Sea. Yeah, yeah. Although it's not that far from San Antonio, which is very blue or very red indeed, I should say.
Potatoes.
Yeah, I think in a lot of those places, you'll see that the higher population areas tend to be more left-leaning, or at least in the congregated areas, the cities. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Although Austin is kind of prodding itself as being like the Portland of Texas.
Right. I know they've had like an initiative in a sense to try to bring people down, like setting like there's a lot of companies down there that are hiring
Hmm.
and everything. I know that they're trying to really grow the area.
Well,
Yeah, I've had a lot of friends invite me to apply down there.
there is a lot of problems though with people who are from Texas, where they're saying California has demolished their own economy, and so everybody's leaving
I'm going to
and
Texas.
going to Texas, where they're going to vote the same kind of laws into play. They're going to be difficult for businesses
Right.
to keep costs down, and so it'll turn it into like another little Texas, another little California. Who knows? Who knows? Um,
I feel like I've spoken to everybody. I don't know who else I'm supposed to speak to.
other destined ones. I guess I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What's this? I'll take my chances. Wait a minute. There's Mangle here right here. Who's actually giving me lip.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a dink.
Uh-huh.
Zach, are you socializing or playing today?
Socializing.
It's a
Nice,
good
get out.
choice. It's a good choice.
It's a way to get out without ever leaving your house. It's an introvert
Plus,
party.
plus I missed you guys.
Ah,
But your aim's getting better. That's right. Oh, oh.
Yeah, I'm upgrading from Stormtrooper.
oh Jesus. No, I'm not nerdy enough for that. This kind of conversation.
You, Zach, I don't know if you've caught any of the streams or any of the videos on demand, but she has in the past, not that long ago, entirely mixed up the Star Wars, Star Trek mythologies.
I have plenty of people who would love to meet you because you would make them very upset.
But
Yeah.
it all gets blurred together.
No,
Okay.
I know. It's one of those things where like usually there's two separate camps. So to have someone come in and be like, "Oh yeah, I love that Star Wars movie with Spock in it," you would just like you would probably give someone an aneurysm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, so which one? Spock is
Spock is Star Trek.
the Enterprise one, right?
Correct. He was originally played by Leonard Nimoy back in the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. And then Star Wars has the lightsabers.
Correct.
Okay.
They're laser swords. Hello. I'm kidding. They're lightsabers.
Yeah, Star Wars. The way I try to tell people about it, or to have them remember, is Star Wars is the one with space magic and swords, and Star Trek is the one that has the future that we want to live in.
Yeah. Star Wars is in a galaxy far, far away a long time ago.
And Star Trek is the future.
Our future.
Correct.
So one looks back and the other looks forward. So how did we like stop having all these little badass midichlorian things floating around in our bodies?
I not even want to get involved in that conversation.
Well,
you
but
don't
how do you go from that to like even just like anticipating current state? I mean,
midichlorians is a sore spot for anybody who follows any sort of Star Wars lore. At some point in time, there was kind of a mythical force, and then in the prequels, George turned it to being something in biology. Did you talk to the guys over here next to the door, by chance?
yeah, I feel like I've spoken to everybody.
Okay.
I don't know who I could be missing.
Yeah, I don't think it matters that I could talk to anybody. So I'll keep looking around. Yeah, and then after the prequels, they've kind of tried to distance themselves from the midichlorian thing, where it wasn't really brought up, and now of course there's talks about shakeups at Disney and how they may end up trying to remove the sequels as canon.
As in,
Like the Emperor.
7, 8, and 9.
Right. So
Oh, thank God.
as part of
Wait, is that which is that the Emperor Strikes Back ones,
no,
or is that
those are the
the
original series.
is that the Hayden Christensen?
Those are the prequels.
Those,
So the ones Daisy, what's her name? Ridley? Daisy Ridley.
Yeah, Daisy Ridley.
Did the sequels, and they were not well
Oh.
loved. And part of it is that Rian Johnson wanted to subvert expectations rather than tell a story about all the people. Where's that guy running to?
So I guess I found the last person I was
okay.
missing.
Yeah, I think we have to go talk to the doorman now. Yeah, so there's talk about that. Are we going? Oh, what's happening? I think you have to talk to another doorman, Christina. I think it's gigawatts. It's giggity. So yeah, anyhow, there's talk about that being something that did not actually happen. Oh, and there's also discussions about trying to rewrite the last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones and refilm it. And
I don't know how well that would work.
And pushing it off as being a brand vision rather than actually reality.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they expected when they were like, oh yeah, let's make a show off of this unfinished series where the author is known for taking notoriously long periods of time.
He's not going to finish the series in his lifetime.
And we have all of this time where we could invest money in writers and come up with a decent ending, but let's not do that at all.
I heard something else. I heard that they were going to go with an alternate history and do the rise of the Targaryens.
It's a Black Cat
and make that its
own I think that's a prequel, or because they're doing another show that's like Life of Dragons or something like that.
Hello, Black Cat. There's a Black Cat.
Or Blood of Dragons, maybe.
From like 2 feet away. You're a chunky little boy, aren't you? Well, there's a little black cat staring at me from the bird deck.
Is it?
Wait, there's a cat by your house?
Yeah, right, like 2 feet away from me through the screen door. He's there staring at me and doing the tail wiggle. I have no food for you, buddy.
Yes, you do. You have tuna.
I don't.
We do have food for you. Tuna.
I don't have tuna. I use the tuna for the tuna salad. You got to talk to Gigawatt again. Looks like.
What disturbance am I investigating?
Oh, see, he's down there all scrappy. Yeah, he wants to give a little bit. Get a little bit.
Mango's just pretty in the place.
Oh. All right. Yeah, that's. Oh, he's hurting you. He's hurting you bad. He's kind of a dinkus. Uh-oh. That hurt. He's gonna kill me. Kind of like that.
Here's a res.
Well, you can get him back. I have 2 on me. I was anticipating this. Give to... There we go. Oh, you didn't take it back. Or you're out of range. One of the 2. Yeah, so anyhow, that's the rumor mill. Did you see... I don't know who you follow on YouTubes, but there's a channel called Screen Rant.
Yes.
And they did a series where they were doing like the sequel pitches, or no, the final seasons of Game of Thrones, and the one's trying to pitch and goes, we're so pressed for time, we just don't have enough time to do things, and the guy he's trying to pitch it to says, you can take more time. He goes, no, we don't have any time. We just can't take any more time to do this. And no, we can take more episodes if you want. No. So they were in a push to try to make the most out of it, and it was, it was just interesting choices were made. So obviously the big issue with the sequels for Star Wars not existing as canon is we're kind of now missing Carrie Fisher, where the sad thing is there was an opportunity to get all these people on screen at the same time and have the adventure about them, and it never happened.
No, he ruined it.
They made the story about Daisy Ridley, which is fine, but people didn't sign on to see Daisy Ridley.
Well, about Adam Driver too.
Or Adam Driver, they didn't sign to see either one of those two. This is the first movie that they made since the 80s.
Yeah. The whole thing I think is hilarious is how he was talking about how he wanted to subvert expectations, but he essentially just remade, for the most part, the original series just, in a retelling. It's like he didn't really... The only subversion of expectations is that you ruined it.
Yeah, it's a shame. And there's not going to be opportunity to redo that again. You know, there just isn't. So, and I can't think of the name of the gentleman who played played Chewie, but I think he also passed.
Yeah, I think you're right.
As well. I mean, not that it really matters underneath the fur necessarily, but it's still nice to get everybody together who was part of that series, 40 years ago, 40 plus years ago.
Well, they got Liam Neeson to come back and do Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Disney Plus series.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Overlord is not, and also Critical Drinker, not a huge fan of Obi-Wan, the series. They said once again they took a beloved character and made the story about how weak and how poor this character is, and they focused entirely on a new character.
Yeah, that's what I've heard for the Star Wars shows.
I'm not into it. I heard the same thing with Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, the general consensus is that they're making this other form of media, as in these TV shows, and they're just slapping in. They're taking names that people will know, and then they're coming out with subpar stories. And in doing so, instead of strengthening the brand, they're just weakening it.
They don't exist to build up the characters that are there or tell more of their story. They're there to tear down their mythology.
Right. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm all for breaking down characters in certain instances, but if it becomes a trend, then it's
So, curiosity, have any of you seen Moon Knight?
Yeah,
Yes.
I saw it. Are you asking my impression on it? You're almost done.
Yeah. I love Oscar Isaac as an actor, which was, damn it, the only thing really attracting me to the
I'm gonna get some distance here. It's a tough room.
new striker's still there.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna go chase me out of that horrible area.
I had Miss Thistles just standing stuck behind me doing absolutely nothing.
She's doing nothing now.
Because NPGs are always useless.
Well, not really. I mean, it's one of two things usually. They're either outrageously strong or they don't do anything. This one currently is not doing anything. Okay, I got everybody stunned. Is she just not existing to do anything at all? She's standing next to me as I'm dying, basically.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I saw her throw a rock. Okay, this person's just gonna kill me. I'm getting out of here. So yeah. Anyhow, big fan of Screen Rant and also the Critical Drinker. There's a lot of stories about why our villains suck these days, or why have movies taken this turn, where they're not about heroes or not about larger than life. They're about tearing things down. It's fascinating, and he's Scottish, so it's even more interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting sociological experiment in failability.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of talk about how we talk about like ancient mythology and the Greek gods and not to get too far into religion, but the Bible and all of these belief systems that were in place that controlled things, and how movies are our current mythology, and why has our mythology changed? Where we can't have heroes. Buffing.
Yeah, it's almost like my personal thought on it is that it's like the mindset of it has changed from we want to make this thing, and so we're going to create these characters for it, to these things have already existed and they're not like me, so
they're not our intellectual property. We haven't created these, so let's piggyback off of these things. This person's going to kill me.
Yeah, and that's one of my biggest problems that I had with Star Trek Discovery, because it was almost like the people who were working on that already had an idea for a story they wanted to tell, and then they were offered Star Trek, and they're like, "Oh, we'll change our story to fit Star Trek." But in doing that, it's not Star Trek. So they end up changing things.
It's Spock's entire existence.
Yeah.
Or the reason that I'm gonna die here again. Or the whole conversation between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader in A New Hope, and when we last met, you were the master, but now and Darth Vader is now the master, and then they have to tear that down, so that in the Obi-Wan series, apparently Obi gets his butt kicked by Darth Vader. And that changes everything regarding the basis of the other movie, So it just, I guess it boils down to, why can't people make new content?
Because it's easier to take already existing content and abuse it or make it conform to whatever you want it to be than to create something new. And maybe not easier is the word I'm thinking of, but it's a lot less risky.
But it's just twisted fan fiction then.
But when we're looking at an economy that's not based on creativity, but it's based on commercial gain, what's going to be the most marketable? Something that appeals to nostalgia, but also has the generational significance of
built-in
everybody's
fan base.
weak and human.
It has a built-in fan base.
Yeah.
So you make this thinking, I'm gonna have a guaranteed this number of people in this group of people that are gonna come to this movie just to see this because of this one character.
Yeah, I'm gonna be super pissed if they screw up Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
the movies were so well done. God help me if they touch that.
Boy, do I have bad news for you, Christina.
Yeah,
don't say it.
Yeah. I've heard similar things.
Like, my wife is a huge Lord of the Rings nerd, and it's funny that I don't like seeing her upset about it, but just like everything that we've been reading on it, it's the
quest for cash.
The moment I found out that Amazon had gotten those rights, I was like, they're gonna do something horrible with it, and then now they're introducing the show, but the thing is like they know they've paid attention to the social landscape, so anytime like all of these legitimate issues that people have, they already have all these things ready to go to turn it around on them. So for instance, I'll give you an example. In the show, one of the things that they've advertised is that they're going to have a dwarven princess, which is completely fine.
Is this like we have different people of color now? There's a lot of different elven, yeah.
So we have this dwarven female, which is fine. They're exceedingly rare, but they exist. And a lot of the people who are diehard fans, the argument is, well, where's her beard? Dwarven women have beards. This is not a female dwarf. You're not being accurate to the lore. So then what are some of the stories that you see coming out? Lord of the Rings nerds are upset that first female actress playing a dwarf is black. It's like, no!
Toxic fan
nobody
base.
Cares about them being black.
It's like, I don't care! Yeah. And they're on it, so like there's a character who's playing there's an elf who's black. And again, not a huge deal. But his hair
doesn't even need to be necessarily dressed.
Right. But like his hair is cut. And that's like into elves in Middle Earth, the hair is like a mark of honor and pride, almost like with samurai. And so seeing this elf with cut hair, it's like, dude, what are you doing? And it's just like I want it to be good, but I also don't want to watch it because I'm afraid that you know what I mean. It's like
Christina,
Like, I guess
we're getting
I
our
kind
asses
of felt the
kicked, by
same
the
way
way.
with like the Cowboy Bebop live action remake they did
Oh
on
god, that
Netflix.
was just
Died quick though. That died so quick.
Right, like I love
Good
Cowboy
reason.
Bebop, and so I was excited about it, and then I saw what they were doing, and I was like, I'm just not going to even bother watching it. And then they canceled it after the first season. So
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't exist. I'm never going to watch it, which is too bad because I like the actors and everything. Um, but yeah, it's
But there's also this whole how movies have become about the message and not about the story.
right.
Look, you know what? There's certain things that don't need to be remade. The Lion King live action never needed to happen.
Oh, they're going to
Never needed to
remake all
happen.
their movies as live action.
The Aladdin live action.
I,
Why would I
as
want
far
to
as I'm
tarnish my memories of Robin Williams with Will Smith?
Exactly. That was the exact same thing I thought. I was like, how fucking dare you? Like Robin Williams is a genie. Like Will Smith was great, maybe, pre face punch, but yeah.
There was there's a lot of discussion about his movie choices. Although he did obviously win an Oscar, but that's just an award for people by their people. Really.
Right.
So.
I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. I'm pretty sure Cosby won all kinds of awards, and
Yeah, good example. I don't know where you're going, Christina.
I'm going to the Red Arrow. Do you guys not have a Red Arrow?
Well, I do,
Sorry. Do you not have a Red Arrow?
but we came from here. This is what we came through here.
We were supposed to destroy this and we didn't.
Oh, well, there you go. What's her point then? Why is she here?
She's giving us clues.
She sucks at it.
She looks like she sucks.
If one job, woman. All right. I'm gonna boof you again here.
Oh. Oh, so I saw this thing today.
Why are
That
these missions?
made-
Oh my god. Why are these missions like this? We're gonna get our asses kicked.
What
again.
are we doing here?
We're gonna blow up that destroyer or that electromagnetic damper.
Above us?
No, I got it targeted. It's between those 4 people over there, who are gonna kill us. By the way. You don't see it?
Let's do it.
All right, we're gonna die. But that's
I'm
fine.
gonna hold the group in the back and just go for the seer.
who are you? Which group are you guys fighting?
Arachnos.
Arachnos.
But the missions are like, for the level we're at, really difficult. And I know that we're at like 0-0 for difficulty.
Yeah, we're
and
definitely
that's
0-0.
weird.
I got Christina buffed up as a defender right now, and she's getting her ass kicked. And then when they kill her, they'll turn around and beat me up. All right, I got to snipe this person. Let's take one of them out before they turn on us. All right, there's one. But yeah, this is. Yeah, she's gonna kill me now. We're fighting different people. That doesn't help. Hold on, let's focus fire.
I thought this was the one you wanted, was the one you called over to you.
I didn't call it. No, I shot the other one. This is one came running on its own.
Oh.
Hold on,
Sorry.
I'm sleeping.
That's okay.
So other than work stuff, Zach, are you currently playing anything yet? Are you still doing I can't think of the name of it. The show, the one game you mentioned earlier, which I can't think of.
The new one?
No, I haven't. The only thing I've really been playing it with any consistency is I had kickstarted this game 3 years ago, and they finally sent out beta invites, and so I kind of have been playing a lot more of that than I probably should.
Yeah.
But it's right up my alley. But I haven't really been playing too much outside of that.
You've also been a bit time constrained, so that's understandable.
Yeah. Yeah, my vacation this week has pretty much just been unwind, do nothing, and relax.
Those are the best kinds of vacations. This is the first week I've had the kids during their school vacation, and it's been so busy the whole time. Because Olivia was at cheer camp, but William was at day camp. But work was crazy because I'd been at a conference the week before, and then every single night we had something to do.
I'm dead if she hits me again.
Because normally we don't have stuff on weekdays.
Holy crap.
But
Every freaking combat is the same
it's
exact
close to
thing.
death. Yeah.
Turn the corner, fight 3 things, almost get killed by them or get killed by them. Walk down the next 15 feet, do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go again. At least she's here, though. Thank God for that. For her being here. Adding a lot of flavor to the story.
Not helping at all.
No, she's just following us along.
It tells us every... It's like, remember when we were dealing with, what's the blonde lady? The psychic one? Or maybe it's like white-haired lady. The one who, like, apparates in and, like, tells you how, like, you're destroying her sisters because she was freed from the seer network and how
Right.
Mother is terrible. And she kind of follows you around but really doesn't do anything.
Gotcha. Yep, I know. Yeah.
Oh, why can't I remember her name? I can visualize her, but I can't remember her name.
Is that the one that ended up playing the puppy?
The what?
There's one that followed you along in dog form. That's part of
With
that
the
same thing.
coyote?
Yeah,
I think that is.
I think
the
they're
same.
part of the same story.
I think it's the same
Yeah, they are
person.
part of the same story, and that's when we get blind Makwa.
We have to fight all those
Yeah,
phantoms that. Yeah.
it's like one story blends into the other, and then we get Coyote, and Coyote's involved, and
Look, it's 2 more moves and they're both orange. Ha ha ha!
I'm about to die. I gotta move back a little. Sorry.
We don't have to fight them where they stand. We can always move. At least they're sucking all of my stamina, which is good. I can't stand there. Yeah, I'm gonna run her apparently because they're apparently all gods, is what they are. This is a very entertaining mission chain. So if anybody wants to figure out why the channel's named what it is,
Today is like a great example.
this is it. We're on to some sort of incarnate task force of just trying to do one mission.
Like,
Or are you doing incarnate stuff?
No. Although Christina's got her first 50.
Congratulations.
Christina's got a what?
Her first 50.
Your first max level character. As
Yeah.
if you were able to bypass Altitis long enough.
Yeah, you could say that.
Did you die?
It took a while.
You ran. All right.
It was a slog.
Jeepers. More Mood Guardians, please.
Who are all orange and above.
Yeah. Just
when we're at level
frickin'
15.
life and death struggle with every combat. Well, you know, if we ever finish it, we'll have this amazing sense of accomplishing nothing at all important.
Hey, we matched today. I just realized we were matching outfits. Isn't that cute?
Well, you know, I'm all about being matchy-matchy. I could just stand here, basically, and even if they didn't do damage, they'd kill me from like, just taking all of my endurance.
You hate being matchy-matchy. Remember that time I named my little yak to match yours and you changed its name in spite? In Valheim?
I'm surprised I just didn't kill it outright. Also, this is supposed to be your mission. Why is she tagged on me?
Trying to take them out. I just took this one out.
No, I took it out, but no. This person behind. Why is she following me around?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't want any part of her.
Because you got the safety bubble and she ain't doing shit.
You consistently run out of the safety bubble just to point it out.
You know,
I
got attacked. I got attacked.
Right. So you know the weird thing about getting attacked? If you walk over here, they will come to you. Or you can just stand right there. It also works, I guess. Have you ever read Sun Tzu's The Art of War, Christina?
What?
You consistently stand outside the bubble. I move forward, you shift it forward out of the bubble. I shift forward again, you move behind out of the bubble.
Because I have to move forward in order to be able to fight. Because like it'll tell me I'm out of range for my attacks.
I made a whole character just to try designed to protect you.
Well, that was your first mistake.
Yeah, that might have been. But don't worry, I have another life and death struggle with yet another frickin' Moo Guardian. Thank God for that.
I haven't even looked at. Have they updated the servers at all, or the homecoming servers? Is anything lately, or?
A couple months ago, they did a version of issue 27, where they made some changes to stone armor and it's just, this person sucked all of my energy out.
I'm out of resin.
Sounds like an ex-wife.
I'll be right back.
No, I got. Oh, you know, I have them.
Oh gosh, damn it! They put me in prison, and I'm not allowed to rest to get any of my stuff.
So why did you wait until the combat was over before you did this?
Oh, I was waiting to see if you were going to kick me a res, but then I thought you might not have one.
I was in the middle of fighting.
I know, that's why I waited until combat was over.
And then I'm like, okay, let's take and poop, you're out. Like the second I bend over, you're gone. You don't like me bending over, apparently. So where are you now? I don't see you on the map.
Locked in a cell.
Okay, well, you know, at least I don't have to face 15 freaking Moo Guardians by myself. Oh, no, it's a Moo Adept. That's different. That's better. This mission sucks ball sweat. It does. Alright, I'm gonna freaking die here, but yeah, it's life. It's my own fault for not socketing. Oh, and now I'm stunned. Running. Yeah, so there's been some minor tweaks regarding power set balance, I think, and then they also changed stone armor so that you didn't have to have all of the graphics taking up like all of your character creation.
Oh, I think they did that before, like a while ago. Because if I remember right, I think they also made it so essentially they had changed it because it was like you needed granite armor so it made a lot of the other powers not as like you didn't really need them. But obviously, since granite armor is the last one, you had to take it.
Yeah.
And what they end up doing is they made it so you could, if you used all of the other ones, it would tend to be as good, just in different areas. So it wasn't like
Yeah.
mandatory for you to take that.
I don't know that that's actually changed in any viable way, but what they've done is they've changed the graphics portion of it. So that, before armor on its own, you'd make this character and you design all of the costume and everything, then you take stone armor and then screw whatever you had for your costume.
Right, yeah, you just look like a turd everywhere.
Nice. Wow. This Mu Adept is going to perma stun me and sleep me until I'm dead, and there's nothing I can do about it.
It's like a WoW rogue back in the day.
There we go.
Yeah, we made this. It might be better for us sometimes to just run two different characters on two different maps. Maybe one run on blue side, one run on red side.
Yeah.
That might be better for us from a teamwork perspective.
Sorry. I'm sorry that you find me such a shitty teammate that you would rather we just completely become autonomous of each other.
I just can't help you if you keep not helping yourself. There has to be a character combination that works where I don't have to play tanker.
I don't know. When I ran into this with Isabel, what
just
she would
quit the
do is
game.
she would, huh?
She quit the game.
No. I mean, before she
She hasn't
did
even
that.
played since then. So, I'm sorry. She what? What did she do?
It's fine.
Okay. Well, you just ran out of the bubble again. It doesn't help that I don't have any enhancements going. I'm sure. But it's hard to do enhancements for like IOs. So here's my wait a minute. Let's not get anywhere near that if we can help it. Gonna snipe it. All right, so here's my plan. Let's see if this actually works. So instead of running forward and dying in that room, not that we're going to run forward and die in that room. Ooh, where'd these guys come from? I think you have to talk to one of the longbow officers. We're now totally twin-shotting us. Wait, what happens if we attack those guys now? Do we get help? Really? Okay. I was gonna say they're just gonna stand there and watch us die. Let's destroy this frickin' moo thing. And again, I don't know why she was here this entire thing. She just followed along and did nothing. Alright. So I vote that instead of running forward and taking stuff on so that they can surround us, that we use corners.
Sure.
Pull the
Try
corners.
that.
And then try to smoke them at corners. I don't know if you leveled. I did not level. My eyeball. I missed that woman that was following us already. She was very helpful. So did you manage to get over your heat from earlier? You said mini golf was miserable. Is it hot? Is it hot there today?
I think it got up to 93 up here.
Oh my.
Yeah. So we were out mini golfing.
I didn't realize it got like that warm there.
There's a couple of weeks, like in the middle, towards the end of June, probably into the middle of July, where it can get really hot.
That's kind of always figured.
I always found that usually this happens more into August and not right now.
I just figured that the ocean would end up taking a lot of the.
It just makes it so it's humid, so it rains in the morning and then it's roasting.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was worse today because it rained this morning and then the sun came out, so it was humid on top of that.
But then no breezes or anything? Or is it just a hot wind?
Kind of a hot one.
I don't think that my buffs are doing much. Let's see. 15%. 15%. I should just hold on. Is there? What are you? Who's this? Is there a vendor here? I should change my. I'll buy SOs. Oh, quartermaster. Yes. I'll buy some. Let's look for my buffs. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Definitely need those. I need. What else do I need? Oh, I should probably socket something. Okay. Go here. This will probably help a bit. Some of those. Disruption field does what? Nothing. Yeah, I think I barely got into the 70s here today. Which I guess is nice, but it hasn't really been brain friendly. 1, 2, 3 accuracies. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Zach, the art you posted with the Chuck Wallace, what is that from?
What do you mean? The word Chuck Wallace?
No, 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 no. You had the character designs where it talked about their
Yes.
planetary history and their race and their world. What game is that from?
That's all me, baby.
Nice. Are you gonna like actually like put the whole thing together and like Kickstarter it, or are you doing this?
It's a project I've been working on in one way or another for a long time. I think right now what I've been doing is I've been working with Fabio, who's my friend who's been doing the art with me, and we're gonna see about just doing some sort of a book. But I don't know. I've always been the type of person who puts other people's projects up before ahead of mine, and as I get
Yeah.
older, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't do that as much. So it's just something that I don't really know where it's going right now, but it's sort of the
interesting.
project. It's sort of the project that guided me along where I am. Like, it's the whole reason I got interested in language with trying to figure out how language worked for fictional languages and whatnot. And yeah, I mean,
Yeah. But it helps a lot to create consistency when you can develop things like that.
right.
All right. We'll see if this helps. I got some actual enhancements.
When I run tabletop games like Dungeons and Dragons and whatnot, I typically run it in that universe, I guess you could say. So it's just something that I've been working on in one way or another over the years as I've run games for players and everything.
Great.
Who am I? I'm a widow. I think I'm in costume.
That was part of the mission.
But these guys are not.
Paul doesn't read though, you know that.
No, I don't. If I can't watch it on film, it doesn't exist. Yeah. No, I've actually contemplated. I think I was talking with Christina last time we were sacked out in the big, gigantic beanbag chairs. That I had contemplated trying to get in touch with some of the guys in college I played with, for old version AD&D, the second rules. Before skills and powers. And I thought, I wonder, we're at the point in time in our lives where maybe that's an option, You do it once a month, maybe, for a couple hours in a weekend.
Yeah, there's all kinds of that stuff going on. I actually, I have a game that I've been running I've been trying to do it every Monday, but it typically would last from, I think we start at 7 until 10 or so, and it's just the type of thing where that day worked better for everyone because they all had things to do during the weekend and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, if you want to play online, there's all kinds of people who have things going on, and just getting a group of people together to play is a lot easier today than it was when, even when you were in college, I'm sure.
Oh god, yeah, there was no online in game because there was no online. So, yeah, there was nothing like that. People were doing war games via snail mail.
Yeah.
Where they were actually doing these moves where these games would take, 5+ years. These games would take that long because they were doing this turn-based over the mail. It's crazy. But where there's a passion for something, people are willing to do that. But yeah, I think I hate to think of something where people have died as being a positive. Um, but with COVID changing how businesses do work, a lot of the technology that's allowed that to happen from a virtual perspective is quite a boon to the gaming market, I would think.
Oh yeah, games industry in a lot of different areas has increased in their profitability. There's a reason why, like for instance, with Blizzard, the most recent expansion, Shadowlands, was one of the highest selling games in quite some time. It just happened to be coming out right at the start of COVID, so you had a lot of people who were like, "Oh, well, I guess I might as well do this since I can't do anything else." And then, in typical Blizzard fashion, not only did they drop the ball, but it was a bowling ball and it landed on their foot, and they shot themselves afterwards. So.
Yeah, I've seen like peripheral reports of like gosh, what is it, Diablo Immortal,
Oh my god, yeah,
which has been. I'm gonna die here.
that whole thing is hilarious. It's so loot boxy to the point where it was banned in China, and that was what the market that they were aiming for, because the mobile market in China is huge. So
Oh,
the
is this
fact
another
that they,
gambling thing?
oh yeah, it was so, yeah, like if you like randomness, they would put randomness on randomness, and like there were streamers who were showing how much money you would need to invest to get
Oh,
everything.
there was like
And I,
$100 and some odd $1,000 for a certain build or a certain piece of equipment of real
yeah, and
money.
I say need everything with air quotes because obviously you don't, but you know that there are people who are, I don't want to say weak, but who are prone to buying into that, and gambling is a real problem.
Well, I
So
think
for 90,
the big problem too wasn't it that a lot of underage kids were getting involved in this, which effectively ends up being
yep,
gambling.
yep,
They're paying real money for fake things or a chance at fake things.
right.
Yeah, there was some sort of ruling regarding that, wasn't there, in the U.S.?
I think there's a couple of states that are looking at it.
But
I know the Netherlands flat out banned loot boxes. So what you've been seeing is a lot of these companies, instead of changing the game so it could be sold there, they just don't sell it. They just skip the Netherlands entirely. Which, I mean, I get it. It's cheaper, but it's bad form.
yeah, I don't know anything about it. Is that actually an expansion of that universe?
Uh, yes. I don't know. I haven't played it. I don't intend on touching it. I looked at it a little bit and I was like, my god, this is outrageous. Such an egregious abuse of power.
So I don't know. Do you follow? I don't know if you follow any particular people online. Um, there's a group called Salt Raiders, which is based out of the UK. Which has
Never heard
got
of it.
and there's so many. How to keep track of it. Um,
Exactly.
there's a guy that's named Simon. He goes by Kaif in gaming terms, and so I thought what the Christina slave raiders originally was what they were
They were
called.
slave raiders, yeah, and they changed it
Yeah,
over to
and
salt
and and
raiders.
they basically he like 5 or 6 years ago he made a first post. He's just out of college, and well he'd been doing it for a number of years but unsuccessfully. And then he did a post about what it's like to raid in WoW with your friends, and how horrible it is when you have people that you want to play with but they're just so bad at the game. And it took off. It ended up with like 15,000 reviews overnight, and they made
Yeah.
their fortune off of doing these raids where they were just horrible at it.
They had a good time,
But yeah,
and then like
they spent all of the time insulting each other, and then if somebody like in some way was cocky, they'd let the person die. It was just one of those things where it was exactly the way that you play if you played with a bunch of friends who were like, you know what, I don't care if this person dies or not, and then you laugh at them when they do. type of thing. And so they ended up changing the name from Slave Raiders to Salt Raiders because everybody was salty regarding it. And then they ended up doing like a bunch of videos on For Honor, which is apparently the saltiest game in the world.
Oh yeah, it's up there.
And so once that had kind of taken off, now they've got their own gaming headquarters. I think it's in Cardiff, where they've got their office. And
Okay.
so they actually have offices where they game as a business. And
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I mean they're I don't know how many millions of viewers they have combined, but at some point in time he made the decision that he's no longer going to support anything that Blizzard does.
yeah,
And it had nothing to do with the game quality. He said, other than the fact that it's obvious Blizzard doesn't necessarily care about the game quality. They're looking at making the most money, which is a part of a business thing. But also that they were, their business practices regarding China were outrageous. And he was not going to support that any longer. So he stopped doing it. So they're not doing any sort of Blizzard games anymore. I'm like, I don't even know what they're talking about. I don't know what business practices in China he's talking about.
So, Blizzard was one of the few companies, and I literally mean few, that was able to do business in China without Tencent having a part of their business, because the way that businesses tend to work in China with the government is foreign companies have to have a
Headquarters there, don't they?
right, and they have to have like a parent company.
Right, they have
And
to have Chinese ownership so that the government can have Chinese regulations and everything and say they're subject to Chinese laws.
Plus, then they get a
Right.
cut of it.
yeah, that exactly. But Blizzard was one of the few companies that was large enough and had been doing business there for a long enough time where they were able to get around that. However, they I can't remember what the term is that I've heard for this, but in the whole corporate wokeism kind of thing, they would do, oh yeah, like we support, like, oh, Black Lives Matter and Pride Month and all that, and nothing inherently wrong with that. But what happened was 2 years ago when they were advocating these particular things, where there were a number of streamers who would say things regarding Hong Kong.
Oh, and they were stifling that.
Yep, Blizzard would just immediately cut them off, and it was just the type of thing where, it's like, yeah, I see you guys support rights when it doesn't hurt your bottom line, but the moment someone actually speaks up about something that I don't want to say that has a more drastic impact, but there are actual, like, I want to choose my words carefully here. Like, what was going on in Hong Kong is on a different level than a lot of stuff that was happening here.
Right.
So just having, just being like, oh nope, we're not going to talk about that at all, and just do business with them. And it was around that time as well that they had announced that they were going to start working on Diablo Immortal, which was being worked on by a Chinese company. So it was kind of like...
Oh, I don't know that.
Yeah, it's by a company called NetEase, which is known for making...
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah, they're like the largest pay-to-win mobile game developer in China. So when people found that out, it was like, yeah, I see. Bottom line. And of course, over the last year, you had all this other egregious shit that came out for what happened at Blizzard, and yeah, it's I
don't know how you're gonna live through that, Christina. Let's hide. Let's continue to hide. Yeah, that was right around the same time that I believe somebody, Mark Cuban, had made it some sort of comment regarding supporting Hong Kong. and he was censured by the NBA for it. Oh, I'm gonna die
Yep.
here.
Yeah, and you had a bunch of people like who would be like up in the bleachers, and they'd be on camera, and then they'd take their T-shirt off to reveal that they had another T-shirt on that was like Hong Kong.
Yeah.
What was it? Not Rebellion of Our Time, but Revolt of Our Time or something like that. I don't even remember.
Yeah, and the problem was obviously that the United States was, or the NBA was trying to put a lot of their eggs into that basket because it was such a huge market.
Yep.
But then,
I took up not just with Hong Kong, but with Taiwan, where Taiwan
yeah.
was also spoken
Yeah.
about to be considered a free country as they operate as such. There's a lot of oppression there with saying, no, you address them. They are not addressed as a country, they are an extension of China.
Oh yeah, seeing some of the actors and actresses kiss ass after they say that, like I used to have a lot of respect for John Cena. Not that I was a wrestling fan by any means, but you know he did a lot with kids and everything. But he made the mistake of saying that he mentioned that Taiwan was a country, and like a couple days later he comes out with a video in Chinese where he's like, "Oh, I didn't mean to say this, yada yada yada," and it's like, dude, come on, man.
so it boils down to money as being the most important thing, and not necessarily anything that goes above the whole. It's about the freedom of rights and expression and all that stuff, unless it gets in the way of making money in a foreign government.
Yep. Yeah, South Park did an episode that, as they often do with their social commentary, was pretty spot on. Like they're working on some of the characters are working on writing stories, but the Chinese government is there, and so every time they're writing, the agent is walking behind them and looking at what they're writing, and it's like, oh no, you have to change this part. I don't want to. This is how the story goes. Yes, but this makes people think of freedom. We can't have that.
Yeah.
Well, then I don't want to do this. Oh, but think of all the money. Yeah, and it's this other since we were talking about Star Wars before, like they changed the movie posters for Star Wars where for the sequels where they had so one of the main characters is Finn, who's African, but
Yeah.
the posters over in China, God forbid, he was either absent or minuscule in size because for whatever reason, mainland China just doesn't like black people.
Which is true. They have a lot of it. Although, when you meet people from there, it's not necessarily, it's more of it's not a uniform belief.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure.
Yeah. But I
No,
think it's an ingrained cultural bias. That's the way I would put it.
Exactly. No, I'm
So
aware enough to know that not everybody in China hates black people.
how does the NBA kind of
That was
get through the
then-
cognitive dissonance on this?
They probably get lessons from people who live in the Bible Belt on how to manage that, because I have no idea, honestly.
Yeah, it's not just the Bible, but I deal with it up here.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, I was out in Standish the other day, and someone called me an effing N-word from a car.
Wow.
So it's
I
not
bet
like
they felt real good about their lives.
Hello, Maine.
Hashtag not all Mainers.
Not all Bible Belters either.
Oh yeah, I know. I live down there. It's like stereotypes exist for a reason. So unfortunately, that is. But yes, not everybody down there in the Bible Belt
I'm gonna snipe
is
you.
of that mindset.
I'm gonna snipe. Here it comes. Big snipe. Yes. Is there like a webbing thing around here somewhere? I don't hear anything. Never mind. Why do those guys have little triangles going? They're buffed up. Hold on, let me see if I can kill that one. Arrest.
my domination's not fired up. So.
Don't. Oh. Yeah, there's I don't know how it works out, and then I mean, it's not just China that has that particular issue. I think that isn't Brittany Griner?
She's in Russia. She's trapped in Russia
Right,
right now.
right. But there's not a lot of respect for people of different colors in Russia either, to my knowledge, and
No.
there never has been.
No, I would agree with you on that. I have, like, the family I have over there are a little bit more aware in that area, but in talking with them, I mean, I hate saying this, but like, I remember one of them saying, "It's like, oh, I saw a black man today," and they were making a huge deal of it, and I was asking them why, and they're like, "Oh, it's literally the first one I've seen in real life," and oh, okay, I get it, I guess, but yeah, but Russia's dealing with being a cough superpower, coughing, getting their shit pushed in by Ukraine. So
There's a lot of people who believe that the news that we're getting is not accurate from that, and that
I
Ukraine
mean,
is effectively already fallen.
I I I don't know. Like normally I would be able to ask my family, but everyone who's over there has left, or I haven't been able to get in touch with. So
Probably kind of reassuring for you, isn't it?
I haven't been trying to think about it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows what's gonna happen.
It's complex times, and now there's discussions about the Second Amendment and taking away arms from the United States people, but we want to make sure we arm the people from the Ukraine, and I don't know, who knows.
Yeah, no, I hear you. It's one of those things where, like, I have a lot of friends who are like, "Oh yeah, see, this is why we have guns," and it's like, except you live in one of the safest countries ever, and you don't have to deal with that.
Yeah, that could also be because people have guns. There's one of those things where every argument's got some sort of counter argument regarding this is this and this is that for it, and there's never really simple answers to anything. Do you want to take these guys out, or we want to leave?
I want to leave just because I want to go pee.
Okay, let's do that.
I'll be right back.
No, my whole thought on that is, honestly, I think we should do sort of like what some of the Nordic countries do, where you are required to, I mean, maybe not the service part, but you are required to get education, and part of that allows you to essentially own any type of weapon that you want. I'm not saying that I would trust Americans to have any weapon they could get, because I know the moment someone gets their hands on an artillery piece, you're going to hear a story about a bus several blocks away being hit by a watermelon. But I do think that the education goes a long way towards preventing a lot of that stuff. But that's just my opinion.
Well, I mean, you talk about how language is important, and how it's being used in ways to not educate but to emote, and so it's the feelings that are important, not what you're actually saying.
Right.
And so whatever you can get the person to feel is important, and not to educate them regarding what's really going on. And so one of the representatives from New York was talking about how they're going to get rid of the filibuster if they have to, in order to make legislation regarding the Second Amendment. And if the Supreme Court blocks it, they're going to stack the Supreme Court. They're going to expand it, and all these different. And it's very emotional to protect our kids. And but then when he was asked, by a reporter afterwards, saying you had made a discussion regarding this and about weapons of war, what the weapons of war mean, and he goes, it's very obvious what weapons of war mean. Assault weapons. And the reporter says, what are assault weapons? And he goes, I think everybody knows what assault weapons are. And she goes, it's never been defined. Do you mean like semi-automatic weapons, like rifles and handguns? And he goes, yes. Obviously, those would be included. And the reporter says that is like 90% of all of the weapons in the United States. Do you want to make 90% of the weapons in the United States illegal to own? And he goes, no, I got to go. So.
But even the person they hired to be in charge of the agency, when he was put to task to it, couldn't define it either.
And the whole thing is they're so interested in stirring emotion regarding the topic, but so uninterested in actually defining what they're talking about.
Right. Well, that's because talking about it, you don't have to elaborate, and you'll get people upset. But the moment you start defining it, you have to actually put thought in it, and you either lose people, or you're only going to end up being stuck with a smaller number of people who share very similar belief.
Well, it ends up being the same thing as our presidential elections, where there is no substance to anything, and they're all going for sound bites. They're looking for their 2 or 3 seconds worth of something that can show up on our limited attention span on YouTube or TikTok or anything like that will get somebody upset. I think this is you again. Yeah, this is you. And not any sort of substantive argument or a cohesive start to finish plan on something. And it's a shame. I think who was I talking to about this? About how I heard the Canadian in my voice. About that's in the next room, isn't it? The changes to our election process and our news cycle that everybody's trying to get. Where are they going? Everybody's trying to. I'm gonna follow them. Trying to get this little one gotcha moment. And the discussion about actual real topics and solutions doesn't exist. And you look at debates like that are archived. You look at like the Nixon Kennedy debate from 1962. It's amazing. They're two very educated, very informed people who have very distinct ideas, start to finish, of how a plan works in everything, and they'll talk about it. Oop, time to go. And you think, wow, we have come so far in the wrong direction.
Well, I'll posit a secondary point of view to that as well, is we've really set up a societal structure where we've empowered people to believe that no matter how much substantiation they have, their opinion holds the greatest weight in all judgment.
One more time?
That
I didn't really understand that last bit.
That it doesn't matter how much they're able to substantiate something, their opinion is what holds the greatest weight.
Oh, well, it's the Ben Shapiro facts don't care about your feelings don't care about your facts thing. Mm-hmm. So if you feel strongly enough about a topic, it doesn't matter that the facts don't support it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably true. Well, I've heard and seen recently that facts are racist.
Yeah. Just like math is racist and...
But some things are bullshit. Like this whole idea of saying we're not going to use the word slavery, we're going to call them relocated peoples. Really? That's Texas. Texas's Department of Education is trying to change the language used so that it feels less accusatory.
Oh, we got a chick here. We got Pyra. Oh, and she just about one slot shat me.
Well, she is pretty red.
So, how are they going to redefine the Civil War then? Because they were on the wrong. Oh, you know what? But they were a slave state.
They had slaves till the very end. Like that's why Juneteenth exists. Remember we talked about how the holiday came about,
But they're
and it's
not.
because
That
Texas was
wasn't.
2 years after the end of the Emancipation Proclamation.
But they were not the last state. Again, I don't understand the whole Juneteenth thing because
Yeah, yeah,
they were in
no.
the middle. They weren't even like the very end of it. There were like 3 states after them that finally made the same ruling, like months and months afterwards. So I don't. There's a whole lot of things I don't understand regarding that, but that's me.
Yeah.
Everybody just turned to watch you, checking out the butt. Oh, you have to make a speech, don't you? Oh, there we go. I remember this thing being so difficult. I think it was, but I think maybe I played it last time as a tanker. Which, you just stand next to things and let them punch you. Makes things a little simpler. Oh, one major change other than the fact that
Where are you going, Bo?
we got Poncho and Lefty to 60 is or 50 is that we also have these characters on Excelsior. So we're not on an entirely dead server right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I
I might
made
have to take the dogs out in a little minute.
the dogs.
Wait,
Plural?
you have
Yeah.
more than one now?
Yeah.
What?
This is Bo. Bo. Come here. You say hi. Oh. Oh. This is Bo.
Who's Bo?
Oh my god, he's adorable. But why did you get a second dog when you didn't even want to get the first one?
Oh my god, I didn't get a second dog. That's my best friend Danny's dog.
Okay, that's
They're
where the
camping.
confusion came from.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but he's like a bajillion years old.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that kind of came as a surprise to me too.
Oh, yeah. He's like a bajillion years old, though, so he has all these weird quirks. And I always judged Lance really harshly for, like, his opinion of his dog until I spent an extended period of time alone with the dog.
Uh-huh.
And now I kind of feel like I understand. Just like people go to leave the house, and one person leaves, and the dog barks for 10 minutes at the gate because someone left the house. And I'm like, they just left the house, dude. The rest of us are all still here, all listening to you bark. We're all here doing it. And he's just like,
But he's paying attention.
in his own way. So, and then of course,
Was he a rescue?
Charlie, huh?
Was he a rescue?
No. They got him from a pet store. He's a cockalier, blue merle cockalier. But Danny said that whatever crossbreed they made him, they just made him an idiot with however he was bred. He's always been kind of a doofy dog. Like, did I ever tell you about that time? Do you know? Well, he ate stickaburs. Like, do you know what stickaburs? Like the big balls of like spiny.
They don't.
Bird?
We don't have them here, but I understand what they are. Yeah.
Yeah, he ate them.
Sounds
And we had
painful.
to take x-rays because he was pooping blood. And then he threw a bunch of them up, and we realized what he had done. And we had to feed him bread-soaked milk until he crapped them all out. He was out there, and then couldn't leave. Then we couldn't take him off leash in the yard anymore because he would go and eat the stickaburs.
Yeah, but I mean
That's a real evolutionary winning trait right there.
So
the
they
dogs
just,
also eat socks.
Oh, yeah.
It's,
for sure.
it's just a thing.
But just pretty consistently, So he's barking. I put him in the kennel, I cover him up. He starts barking. Then he stops, and then he starts barking all over again. I'm like, what happened? I come back in the room. Guess who took the cover off of his kennel?
Charlie?
Oh, yeah. Yep. Because Charlie's like, hey, friend, why are you in there?
Let me see if I can get you out of here. Oh, I don't have any
I'm like-
thumbs.
I'm like, you MFer, I'm gonna kill you. He just stopped barking. And then he starts barking because he can see Charlie. But I'm trying to keep him and Charlie really low key because he's had a cervical disc injury.
Oh.
And so I don't want them roughhousing. because the last thing I want is for her to come back and her freaking dog is screaming in pain and we have to go to emergency. So there's that. But generally speaking, he's, a bit of a doof and very sweet tempered. He doesn't understand what playing means. So he doesn't chase balls. He doesn't wrestle. He's autistic, but a dog. So he can't read dog social cues at all.
So he's
Now,
autistic as a dog?
I mean, that's kind of, I was concerned. So Cavaliers,
How's he about personal
Cavalier,
space?
yeah. Well, Cavalier King Charles Spaniels deal with this condition called syringomalia. Have you ever heard of it?
Well,
No.
It's where the
King Charles
shape of
Spaniels got
their
a whole
head,
lot of different issues regarding how they're
yeah,
breeding.
yeah. So, so here he is, a funky little hybrid of it.
And also
Um,
the hearts are all funky as
correct.
well.
Yeah. So syringomalia means that they have essentially the shape of their head in the back causes brainstem compression. And so they wind up with this host of like little weird neurological. So I half wonder if that's part of his problem, where he just does some stuff where I'm like, dude, I don't understand what you're doing, man.
Oh, there's
Don't understand it.
somewhere around here is a quartermaster.
Hold on.
Buck and a quartermaster. There you are. Get rid of one of these awakens. No, we need both of them. Oh, he doesn't have any. Wait. Oh, that stinks. Go to the hospital. Oh, anyhow, Zach, what I was thinking about is entirely not socially related or responsible in any way. Whoop, I'm getting shot. But I think I may, on this game at least, like once a week or once every 2 weeks, just run like a stream with a farm for a couple hours, where I'll just end up, anybody who wants to jump in, will go farm an AE thing and get people from like 1 to 35 in a couple hours.
Okay.
It's kind of boring to do on your own.
Right.
And a lot of people, who the game's going to be around, hopefully for a long time. But grinding the same first 20 levels is just a soul-crushing experience over and over again, especially because they've done a pretty decent job of making endgame content in the game, for considering that the game's been around for 20 years. So I think I'll maybe do that and alternate that with tanking for task forces every couple of weeks as well, just with pickup groups.
I know on the server that we were on, you could generally find groups that would be running the incarnate trials and stuff.
Yeah. I've been doing them enough. I'm confident that, of course, one kind of feeds the other. You have to have a decent build in order to be able to survive the stuff. Oh, there's the hospital. To tank it. So in order to tank it, you need to have the money. In order to have the money, you need to farm. Unless you're just running content over and over again, which takes a long time. So yeah, I'm hoping maybe I'll do a little bit more of that instead of just doing random gaming here and there. Do once a week, or once every 2 week content. So
I can't find it, but I can smell it outside, but not inside.
poop?
No, fire.
Oh, okay.
Like burning electrical wood type smell. The kids, of course, have slept through every fire alarm in the house going off. I'm trying to decide if I put the kids and the dogs in the car and call the fire department, or if I wait, because now the alarms have gone off once I opened the doors a bit.
Oh.
but I
Have
don't
you
know.
have you done a patrol around the house?
I
Guess
did.
that's
I
good.
did. I just went out and walked around the house, and I walked around. I looked in the upstairs. Um,
Is it possible it's coming from one of the neighbors' houses? You said you couldn't smell it outside, but you could inside?
I couldn't smell it inside, but I could outside.
Oh, I'm guessing it's one of the neighbors' houses is having problems then.
But when I stepped on the porch with the fire alarm, it switched when I took the alarm off the thing, and it said carbon monoxide detected,
Mm-hmm.
which we wouldn't see.
Oh no. It's not like Taco Bell.
Right. That's why I'm concerned, especially where I don't understand the kids not waking up. Now I want to wake the kids up. I'll be right back.
Somebody's having an exciting evening, evidently.
I should have had her make me the leader. I'm kind of stuck. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm not stuck. Find contact. Where am I? I'm in cap. I don't know if you know where Christina lives, Zach, but there's a house right next to her house that has been what's the word? Been declared unlivable. I can't think of the name of it.
Oh, I want to say dilapidated, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. And basically it's now owned by the bank, and the bank won't sell it unless there's a condition that you're going to tear it down and build on it. But the person who got kicked out of there is squatting. And
Okay.
they cut off his he's also a dealer. They've cut off his power
Okay.
and all that, all the utilities, and he regularly starts fires out back.
No.
Oh, that's pleasant.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Oh, great news! Kids are alive, so that's always a plus.
you say,
Um,
sure you say that now.
I was gonna say it depends on who you ask, but that's good to hear.
Yeah.
I like shook them awake, and they're like, "What's happening?" And I'm like, "Every freaking fire alarm in the house has gone off, and you haven't woken up at all." And they were like, "Oh, really?" And I'm like, "Yeah, really, really." So, good times.
Apparently, I'm repeating
William's
the.
window is open. He's the only one who doesn't have the AC going.
Oh, okay.
So I'm wondering if it's smoke from outside that hit the upstairs fire alarm.
Mm-hmm.
But
That would have to be really close then.
It is. Yeah.
it smells pretty strong outside.
I was just explaining your neighbor situation to Zach.
Oh yeah, he's super sketchy.
So that could be the source of any sort of
I didn't.
fire.
I did look over there though, and I did not see that he had a fire going today.
Well, he may not have one going outside. Who knows if he's cooking inside somewhere.
Mm.
So I unfortunately through this weird twist of fate, I decided I wasn't sure how long it could be gone, so I popped a
Were you doing the
contact.
same mission train over again?
Popped a contact and just grabbed the first one I could. And it's the same arc. I don't know that I have it in me to do this again. I mean, I'll do this one right now, but I don't think I want to do the rest of them.
Oh, they're talking to everybody. It's such a pain in the ass.
All right, I gotta meet with Baron Zimmer. Christina, I'm missing a word. I need you to fill that word in for me.
I may not give you the right word, but I will try.
It is not kitten. The The word for a house being declared unlivable.
A house
Foreclosed?
being the word for a house being declared what?
Unlivable.
Okay. Yes, I know the word you're talking about. Um, damn it, and the sign is over there next door too.
Yeah,
Um,
and it's the word is escaping me right now. It's bothering me.
uh,
Uninhabitable? I mean, I don't.
No, no, that's not it. I thought it was a D word.
and it's condemned, isn't it? The house is declared
Condemned.
condemned.
Yep,
That's the
that's the word.
word.
For some reason, the first word I
Thank
thought it was
God.
dilapidated, but that's not. That's not it.
I need to stuck with
Yeah, you say the house is condemned and unfit for occupancy, and that
condemned.
anyone on site is trespassing.
Condemned is the word. They've been trying to sell the house for
Years
yeah.
and years. Although I heard he sold it.
He sold it. He doesn't own it.
Right. So let me tell you what he did. So part of the reason it's been struggling to get off the market is he's been squatting and refusing to leave, and the bank didn't want to deal with him squatting. So part of the deal was that they had to disclose that there was a squatter on the property, but that they could get the property for like 80 grand for the double lot. Nobody wanted to deal with him because anytime you ask anybody in the neighborhood, they're like, he's been doing this shit for years. And it just seemed like it would be too difficult
Could
to
you help?
get him out. So one of our neighbors who works in real estate
Could you help me?
went to Sean and said he would pay him 20 grand.
Could you help?
Oh, sorry. I thought we were still talking to people. And said he would pay him 20 grand if he moved off the property and allowed him to buy it.
So they bribed him. So his plan worked.
So, but what he did is he told Sean, I will give you $5,000 up front to get a new place, and you don't get the rest until you've gotten off the property.
So conversely, he just made $5,000 for being there. He doesn't have to leave.
But I guess the sale's already gone through at the bank and he's already flipped it. He's got a buyer for the land, knowing that the house and everything all has to be torn down
Right. But what
for
happens?
250,000.
What happens here? This is just one of those weird, for instances. If the current occupant doesn't follow the law, I mean, there's no precedent for this, right?
It's not like the city of Saco is very good at solving criminal problems. I mean, look at the 3 instances I've sent you.
Oh God.
There was the time when they said we're going to arrest him for trespassing, call us when he's on the property. And they
Uh-huh.
surrounded the house and then sat outside for 2 hours and said, well, he won't come out. And they all left.
Uh-huh.
There was the time, remember the time when they had that criminal that they supposedly cornered, but he was already gone?
He actually walked out.
He walked out and they blocked off all the streets and everything for like,
Uh,
was it six
that
hours or
was
something like
amazing.
that?
Yeah.
And treated it as a hostage
Bought
situation.
in the
They were
SWAT
in
team.
negotiations, but he wasn't replying.
They brought out the SWAT team for it. That was amazing.
Yep. So they're not terribly effective.
Oh gosh, I can't believe I just bought 2 more of those. You know what? That's fine.
So of course that is always a challenge. So basically we know the city is of no help. The bank really doesn't want to deal with it, despite the skyrocketing property values. So
Yeah. All right. How much would it cost me to do the upgrade?
Well, it's a shit show essentially.
yeah, but like he's done some really sketchy things living over there. For a while, he was like burning stuff to keep warm in the winter, and then he tried to jury rig his own electricity from the pole
Oh my god.
It went well.
into his house, and it blew the transformer and took out the whole block. So
That's a crime, though, isn't it? Like, I'm surprised they just didn't.
Well, technically, all the stuff he's doing is a crime.
when he was selling crack from the house next door, it was a crime.
Also, yeah, it's also a crime.
So I thought that was interesting because I had
There's
to
no
literally
kids
go
anywhere
next
near.
door. Yeah, I had to go next door and tell him, you cannot do this here. Well, you tell you have. I said, fine. I'm just going to call the police every single time I see a car roll up to your house, and I'm going to take a picture of their license plate. He came over and apologized.
I had no idea that there was that big of a product there. So
No,
he
he had
did.
crack and meth.
I was gonna say I've
Meth
heard
is
meth as
bigger,
being prominent just because
but
it's so easy to make.
yeah, but fentanyl is really becoming a hot button thing here because they cut it. They cut other things with fentanyl, and then everybody ODs on it.
Why not just give them fentanyl?
Because you
Fentanyl
can
by
save
itself
money.
is so strong.
Right. They can
We
cut
used to use
fentanyl.
fentanyl therapeutically for dogs.
They just cut fentanyl with like cocaine, maybe.
They cut weed with fentanyl
Good lord.
because you barely need like a dusting of it for it to have an effect. But so many people react poorly to it that it ODs people. So I mean, you know, I don't know. When I lived in Miami, I lost a lot of people I knew. A lot of people got shot. A lot of people just getting caught up in shit. You know, people making really bad decisions. But they were all bad decisions where they were like either I'm poor and I need to make money, or I want to, they were always some kind of hustle, some kind of shit that they were into. Here, it's like I'm miserable with my life and don't see a way out, and so I need to do something about it, where I'm gonna self-destruct myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, now this one's helping us.
Oh, she might be useful for once.
I swear something happened with the last one where she started by helping, and then after that she stopped helping. I think she got like wigged out somehow. We're gonna attack her behind, I think. Yeah, I was a little surprised. I guess, I come from a different generation and a different place where people escaped, but with booze, I guess. Although, I guess now thinking about it, Quaaludes were a thing at that time. I don't even know if they exist anymore. I'm sure they do.
I don't think they make them anymore, but they're still out there.
I mean, look at the comeback that heroin's had.
Right now, if you're on the higher end set, it's more stuff like Klonopin, Valium.
Well, I mean, there
What I
there are a
saw,
lot of stuff you buy over the counter now, which
oh
is
yeah,
better than anything you could have gotten on the street. Well, I guess
hmm
that's probably the case.
and it's not that hard to get a prescription for it.
No, no, and there's systems. Again, there's money to be made somewhere, so there will be systems in order to actually allow that to happen. Let me snipe this guy down. All right. Ooh, there's a lot of little guys over there.
Look at all my fives, my heartbeat.
Oh, is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's that little like thing of ring of fire around me.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if you were
It,
on
it
fire or what. Yeah, I see.
yeah, it just burns anybody who comes to my perimeter.
I think it
All those
also
guys
slows
coming
and
off.
fears as well. So they try to get away really slowly, which is kind of nice. Your life's going to change for the better once you get a pet.
Is she playing a controller?
Dominator.
Ooh, okay.
It's baby's first Dominator. So she's never had a pet class before.
I thought it would be too much to think about because I already have trouble figuring out what I'm doing with my one character, and I thought that having more characters would make it even more confusing.
But with like controllers and Dominators, the pet doesn't need control. In fact, you can't control it. It just follows you around and does things. So it doesn't add any mental load.
Yeah, the only one that you actively control is the master.
Mastermind, yeah. And the incarnate pets.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But we're a ways away from that. Yeah. I think what I need to pick up next for my next pool power is I'm going to pick up medicine. So I can kind of buff you health-wise along the way. I didn't take a character class that can heal. I just figured I would do one of those passive things where I'd be doing this bubble thing all the time. And that'll probably work just fine at, after 40-ish, but not after 40-ish yet.
We'll have made it through like 5 levels tonight.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're gonna have fire imps. Those guys are freaking crazy. They run all over the place. They die a lot, but that's okay.
That's the first time I've seen a male seer, actually.
Racist. Oh, almost about died there. It's being overly dramatic. I did not almost die there. I guess I did almost die there. Oh, my big bubble went down. Oh no, it's still up.
Yeah, my heartbeat went down too.
Your hot feet? Oh, you must have gotten stunned. Oh, you got a bunch of little dudes on you. Oh no, it's on her. Never mind. Cool. This is less painful this time, and I don't know. It's a different mix. We don't have the moves this time. It makes a lot of difference. All right. Let me see if I can snipe one of them. I'll snipe the one on the, no, I'll snipe the one on the left, I guess.
Everybody's passed out.
Oh, there you go. Let's see if we can, let's see if we can knock this thing down from a distance.
I have 3 distance attacks.
Oh, well, that was easy. I one-shot it, apparently. Why is this one easier? It must have been just the mix of critters that made that last one such a complete pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, gonna snipe one of the little dudes. No, I'm gonna snipe the guy on the right.
Oh, he's red.
Let's pull back. We'll use the chick to our advantage. Although I suppose we probably have to keep her alive, don't we? Although I don't think that she can die. I think she'd end up like...
Pass out and then recover.
Yeah, passed out and recover.
That's out.
Alright. Is she alive? Appears to be. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can knock down that. We're gonna probably die here. Gonna snipe that computer thingy. Yeah, I think maybe after she dies, she stops helping. I think she died. Oh, what's this behind us? Oh, we got help! Yay! That was well timed.
Which one is the frippin' officer, man?
Eh.
Oh my god, you guys are twin-shotting.
It's okay, I have to talk to her anyhow. Him, whatever. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. There's a nullifier. Oh. This guy over here. Nice. All right. Molly Mock, thanks for joining us. I'm sorry, I didn't have the chat window up. We're taking it to them. They're taking it to us. There have been.
I gotta have a mix of both tonight.
there's been a lot of death, mostly on our part, somewhat on their part.
Yeah, I think I'm at least 6 deaths tonight.
I'm probably close.
Yeah.
Move my microphone over. All right. Where are you in this process? I think we're on the same mission arc.
Diable. Yeah, but I'm like way further down than you are.
Okay. Do you want to give me back the star? We'll catch up. Cool.
I do need to level up.
You leveled again, right? Yeah. Well, that's in the middle of town, right? It's up there.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if you saw, but Powerlad is logged into Excelsior tonight. So quick shout out to our Excelsior playing homies.
PL.
Oh, all these things you're missing, Zach.
I think it may be AFK.
A lot of death.
Yeah.
No, it was more along the lines of a lot of us watching us die, Zach. I think you tended to survive most of these things. Either because of skill and build or a combination of the two.
Well, typically the characters I would play would be able to survive a nuclear blast, but I couldn't kill a fly.
I think you did it right. I actually got my gravity controller to like 50+3, which is, I think everything's at least tier 3 for incarnates.
You know, Zach, you can tell when Paul has had another bout of insomnia because all of a sudden he's got like 18 new alts. that are all at like level 20 to 30.
Oh, they're not 20 to 30. They're 40s and 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good use of your time, I guess.
Well, it's not really even that. I mean, all of them are on Excelsior, so you just hook yourself onto an AE train of some sort, and you do work while you sit at the entrance. And so you go from like 1 to 42 over a couple hours of just doing other work. And then you try to figure out, okay, how do I play this character now?
Yeah, I do wish they had something like where if you hit max level, you would be able to make a boost a character up to like a level 20 or something. I understand why they don't.
I'm a little surprised that you haven't made a mission, given your creative ilk.
The architect. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
use the architect feature.
I've looked into it. I should take a look at it again.
You can pretty much make. Well, I mean, you're limited to within the framework, obviously, but you can make a lot of interesting adventures.
Yeah, I did check out what some people had done, and they made some pretty interesting things.
Gonna die. Gonna die.
I'm gonna say that anything is better than a twin shot mission. So, you know.
Alive. Yeah, controlling the NPCs, I think, is. Oh, you're in a tough fight over there. I think Twin Shot is part of Homecoming, isn't it? It's not part of the original game. And so, because of that, I think a lot of the AI behaviors are a little twitchy on the stuff that came after Live. All right. Oh, what just happened?
Shouldn't have done that.
What did you do?
I had a new power and I moved it to my tray and then I clicked it by accident.
Oh. Okay.
But the recharge is like 4 minutes long.
What is it?
Cinders.
Oh, area effect hold. Yeah, that takes a bit. All right, should be able to support this now. Ooh, oh, this is gonna not go well. Try not to go right if you can help it.
Don't go right.
Yeah, there's like another group of 5 over there, and this group of 5 is going to kill us on their own. You know, I said it, and I'm pretty sure I'm the reason for that. I think my AoE went over there.
Oh, it took me right out.
I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna go outside and think about this for a few minutes. It's gonna contemplate my existence out here.
Oh.
I think I killed this. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. I'm the more consistent failure. If we were measuring who had the greatest impact on success, it's probably me.
So we're gonna measure deaths. It's a death measuring contest. Pull out the yardstick.
I mean, a 1-foot ruler is probably enough.
You would think so. All right. I'm gonna snipe you. Snick. And just not quite enough damage. All right. I'm using strategery. Snick. Snick. I missed horribly. All right. Nope. No, you can't see me. You cannot see me. So has either the smoke detector stopped doing their thing, or has it stopped smelling like fire?
Sort of a mix, but I have not been outside.
Oh, it's an outside thing still. All right. I will. Oh, you just got. Oh. Um. Yeah. I punch him. There we go.
You know, I'm going to say this, and you're going to be appalled that I'm saying it, of all people.
Uh-huh.
But I'm going to say it because it's true. My medication makes me feel better, but it makes me eat more. And I find that inconvenient.
Are you eating more because you're less tired and you just awake more to eat?
No, I'm eating more because it has increased the speed of my digestive motility, because that's always an issue for me, is I have mild gastroparesis. And so this medication is a gastric accelerant. So essentially food is like actually moving through my system.
You could just eat Taco Bell.
Remember when we did that?
Or make Caribbean Drano.
What's Caribbean Drano?
It's jerk
I have
chicken.
no idea. It was
It's
something
jerk
that,
chicken from Family Guy, or from Futurama.
That's
My
probably where I
Caribbean
heard it from,
Drano. It's my Caribbean jerk chicken. Call it Caribbean Drano. Yeah,
It's a joke. It's not a legitimate recipe that I know of. I couldn't remember where I heard it from, but I do think it was Futurama with Hermes and his
yeah,
wife.
Hermes and his Caribbean Drano.
Mm-hmm.
I think it had to do with those limbo contests.
I think you're right.
But yeah. So essentially now the fact that stuff goes in and then actually comes out, like without it being 4 days later, means that now my body's like, you can eat things.
This must be an interesting conversation for the people who are watching your stream.
Oh, sorry.
That's not surprising. Anybody who's been part of the stream knows about Christina's digestive issues.
No, I find it amusing, that's all. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Did you still want to do your
No,
fire
it's
feed
fine.
thing or not? Because you don't have your fire feed going. Your hot feedy.
Let me turn my toggles on.
You were so proud of it, I just didn't know if you didn't realize you had it on or you turned it
It's
off.
a toggle, and I always forget. You know how I forget my toggles every time I die.
I mean, maybe. Okay. All right. You. Oh, not in the face. Not in the face. All right, here we go. Shoot this guy in the face.
I don't usually have to say that to you.
That is just outside the bounds of polite conversation now, isn't it?
Giggity.
Sorry.
No. I think he's gonna turn around and kill me in the head. All right. So, tell me a story, Christina.
Oh no.
Why are we dressed like this? You read all the storylines, but why are we dressed like this when it serves us no purpose whatsoever?
Why are we dressed like this?
Why are we dressed like widows for this mission?
Oh, for this mission, I thought you meant like the fact that we were wearing matching outfits today, and you were still appalled by that.
No.
So we are supposed to be figuring out what Zukor's connection is with Longbow, but we want to be like discreet about it. So we're supposed to be their enemies, so that they are like, oh, it's just Arachno's fucking with us, instead of thinking that it's like, oh, someone's here for Zuko to sabotage him.
So we're trying to blame somebody. Oh God. I swear, every time you see me getting ready to snipe, you run up into the middle of combat. Oh! Alright. Oh, this is not going to be good. Not good.
I hate these flamethrower dudes, man.
Alright,
So inconvenient.
let's not run into combat quite yet. Oh, we have one left? A couple left.
You birch. You fiery birch, you.
Got her. All right.
Nicely done.
They're very nice.
What?
I said they're very nice.
Oh, I have a rash all over me. That's what I was.
Oh, I couldn't see that. All right. All right.
Thank you for the compliment.
I'm gonna snick one on the left. I'm gonna run over here. This is left.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you see where I'm standing?
Yeah.
That's your left. All right. Right over here. On the count of 3. I'm gonna come right here. Got it?
Yeah.
3. All right. 1. I missed. 2, 3. All right. You're gonna hot feed the crap out of them. And I'm gonna blow. Oh, it knocked me down. All right, let's take out this guy behind us. Or woman, whatever it is. Another fire. All right. Nice.
Well, I got my thingy back.
Yeah, they're totally they're confused by your hot feet. This actually works. We might be working an angle here.
I tried to cinders them, but I don't know what happened to them.
It's like all area effect holds. It has a super long recharge time. It's not very accurate, and it doesn't last very long.
Well, that's stupid. I should have picked something else.
I mean, you can socket it out eventually so that it ends up being kind of an oh crap button to use. But on
Alexa,
the average, ends up being not that useful.
Turn off the window AC. Sorry, it was cold.
I'm doing the same thing.
You know, I've been surprised that you don't have a Nest in your house, or like something similar.
Huh?
For your temperature control for the thermostat.
No, it turns out I actually have the ability to do it myself. It's weird. There's a wall, and I have hands. And the combination of the two things seems like it works pretty well together. Alright, here comes some more. I'm going to hide around the corner again.
You know, I was thinking something along the lines of the same thing while I was listening to Christina turn on her AC.
Yeah, Google doesn't need to know.
You know, you have legs and you'd get up to do it, Zach.
Google doesn't need to know what my temperature is.
I mean, yeah, they already know enough about me. I mean, it depends on what the situation is. That's definitely convenient, but like, I'm not saying it wouldn't be good to have, but I'm one of those people where I'm afraid that if I was able to start ordering things around via voice, I would just not move at all.
Hey, what do you think, Zach, about, and obviously this has nothing to do with your employment at all, but just in the news in general, what do you think about the whistleblower for Alphabet saying that the AI is out there and it has feelings? It actually has emotion. Has nothing to do with you whatsoever.
Or can you not discuss that? I would just in case that's something
No,
where like.
Well, Zach's not involved in that at all. He has no actual professional opinion on that.
I think it's. It's someone trying to make a big deal out of something that's not. Because I can guarantee you, like, if something like that was legitimate, there would be more than one, and it would have been a lot more legitimate, I guess. This is all of the it reminds me of like the guy who's like, oh yeah, I found Sasquatch out in the woods and I have his body in my freezer. But I don't know.
Oh, look
Oh
at
my
all of them!
god! What the heck was this?
I'm gonna blow up. We're gonna blow up. Here we go. Blowed up. There we go. I think we may have found working strategies. I mean, it's not good strategies, but they are working. Yeah. There we go. I really don't like your hot feet. All right.
Okay. I'll be right back in like 2 seconds. If I don't eat, I'm gonna puke. I hate that feeling so much.
Okay, I'll make sure that I pull right to where you are, which is what I just did. And you got a guy on you. All right. This is not going to go well. Nope, it's not going to go well. Not going to go well. All right.
Zach, I have been struggling with moderating my blood sugar levels up and down. So I'm on this kind
It
of
can be difficult.
yeah. So I'm in this like funky space of GI meds and eating schedules. It'll eventually work itself out.
It'll pass.
Hopefully.
It's unfortunate. My stomach is fine, and I just don't enjoy food in general. So, I wish I could trade.
Hmm.
Oh, you fargan bastard! Yeah.
Although I still think you're running a little lean.
Yeah. Maybe. Oh! There's a lot of people around the corner.
Oh, there are. I'm in your bubble, but on top of you. Oh, I was in your bubble.
Woohoo! Be right back. Just gonna go over here. Over here. Right here. I bravely ran away.
Oh, brave Sir Robin.
Somebody's gonna get sniped. You
No, what I think is interesting is I think there's less of a probability of us having. I don't want to say that we won't have like somewhat sentient AI to a certain degree. I think there's a greater probability of us getting something more along the lines of here's an artificial personality that could be developed and that'll start producing things like social media content, and it'll all be one giant catfish.
I'm of the mind that
algorithms.
a lot of social media is already not human generated directly.
Really?
Yeah.
Although I will say I do love the ones where I had an AI bot watch every Batman movie and to make a
Oh
script
my
for the
god.
sequel.
No,
Oh, they're
I don't think I've
amazing.
seen that one, but
That one was fantastic. It was like the bat is angry, and it was just like these like short staccato sentences, but every single one was so Christopher Nolan Batman-esque, despite being like terrible, that you were like, I could see them making this a film.
There's given recent writing, there's probably no downside in it.
This is true.
You know, I'm not that bad. Not that bad.
I uh I was thinking, Zach, like I actually, if you decided you wanted to write your characters and your little things out into like world building, I actually miss doing a lot of that stuff. I used to write a lot, and it just kind of died for me at a certain point where I think I got too into academic writing and not into
Yeah,
writing for pleasure.
but the whole
I hear you.
vampires and werewolves thing, I don't know.
The what?
The vampires and werewolves, I don't know.
Oh, I'm not, that's not the kind of stuff Zach's looking to write about, okay? That's just like
I'm gonna die.
a smutty side query that I occasionally enjoy indulging in.
Oh,
hey,
I
you
almost
you
made it.
laugh, but the day that Amazon allowed people
For
to
self-publish.
self-publish on for like the Kindle books, I actually made quite a bit of money on writing smut because there are so many thirsty housewives in this country that it's ridiculous. And
It's
probably
true.
other individuals as well.
It's true. I get so angry with the characters, and sometimes I'm just like, this is an obvious case of Stockholm syndrome. Why are you in this situation? But I can't stop reading. I'm still reading
Yeah,
it.
talk about Stockholm syndrome. This
You
sucks, but I
reading the
can't
book.
stop reading.
Why do I love you when you hate me so much, book? Alright, somebody's getting snicked in the head.
There's definitely times when I'm like, this is the worst abusive narcissistic relationship ever, and I'm like, will she get out of this? And then in the end, they're just like, he was just an abused child who lacked affection, and she's turned him around. And I'm like, really?
You know,
Has she?
that's also
Has
then
she?
one of the interesting things about the critical drinkers. What happened to our villains? Where there's always now an
Everybody
explanation
has to be
about
someone
why.
sympathetic.
There has to be some sort of point of sympathy. People are not just evil. That there has to be some sort of backstory that made them this way.
No.
Or they have to be redeemable. Like what happened to just people who, yeah, you were born this way, and I'm sorry you can't be redeemed. But no, it's just like, yeah.
Anyhow, I'm not sure if you follow anything like that, Zach. But if you ever think about it, I think you might get a enjoyment out of that. That reviewer who talks a lot about philosophy and mythology and current movies, and he's Scottish. It's called The Critical Drinker, and he does a bunch of different reviews online. I never miss his stuff. It's fascinating. He has got interesting theories about how we got where we are in cinema, and how to potentially redeem things. Like there are some story arcs that are problematic, but the story should exist, but not the way that it did or the way it was presented. How to
Oh yeah,
fix this?
I am subscribed to him actually.
Oh yeah, it's fascinating. I think he does an amazing job.
I'll have to watch this video on toxic fandoms.
Yeah, that was interesting too. Where, if you have a criticism about something, it's no longer that you have a right for criticism. It's that you are a racist,
You're misinterpreting.
or you're a sexist, or you hate this person because it's something, and they're saying, no, this is a bad story.
Yeah.
But,
Or I find the character justifications in those cases are also very interesting. Where you can present a critical view and say this character is a horrible person, and people are like, no! And,
I have to leave. Yeah, his perspective on when we went from telling stories to constantly purveying the message, I think is very fascinating. That not every story in every genre has to be something changing society. That some of them can just be stories.
yeah.
Yeah, and there's a difference between a message being a part of your story versus your story being a message.
Especially when you're dealing with existing intellectual properties, where they have been changed in ways that no longer really reflect what the initial intellectual property was about, and now it's been changed to make a different message of what's currently happening, despite the fact that the property being 50 years old.
Yep. I saw that today. Someone on Facebook posted a comment on a Star Wars thread, and someone said, stop making Star Wars political.
Oh, that just lit a fire.
Yeah.
But that was actually a Twitter post, and Twitter exists to actually be upset. It's one platform where the entire point of it is to have people snipe at each other.
Oh yeah, because being angry and making people mad drives clicks.
Yeah, it does. It actually there's studies out there that say the best way to get people involved is to get them angry. You get more viewership by upsetting somebody than you do by actually making them happy. Your fire feet are down, by the way, babe. Your hot feet. Your hotsy feetsy.
Oops, I clicked the wrong one. Did you just ding?
No,
or do you just use
an
inspirations?
Yeah, so the idea behind it is, if you have this message to say, then make your own content. Create your own story. Don't take existing content and morph it to fit a current message.
It's like when Mindy Kaling came forth and said, everybody, I just want you to know, she's redoing the Scooby-Doo. They were redoing Vilma. And she's like, Vilma's Indian, and that's how she is. And people were like, dude, why couldn't you just create your own Indian character instead of taking a decades-long beloved character and molding them into some new space?
Because on the average, we don't create anything new. We just recycle existing stuff and change it to reflect our current tastes.
Well, I thought it was really disappointing when they wanted to do things like make Black Superman with Michael B. Jordan. Where I'm like, there's all these fantastic black characters in comics that are so underutilized that you had the
Black Adam,
opportunity
which
to
is an
highlight.
amazing character. Why not take
Or,
that?
Absolutely.
or make a new character.
Or exactly. Make something else that doesn't already pre-exist in some sort of existing mythology and story. Or conversely, don't make the story entirely about him being different. Who cares if Michael B. Jordan plays Superman? Just make him Superman. Don't make him Black Superman. Doesn't matter. Oh, punched in the face. I don't think I got you buffed, by the way. Hold on a second. No, I don't. I don't know where these guys came from. Were they below us?
I guess so.
Did we miss something? Is there a computer around here that we missed? Oh, is it up
We need
top?
to find the date.
Oh, it's up top. I see it. I don't remember doing this mission with you.
Mm-hmm.
What am I doing? Sure. Okay, we'll do that. And do that. Fend off the longbow. Okay, we got stuff coming apparently. You're getting really hurt. Oof, oof, oof. I don't like that guy. Oh, this is a boss. She's on you.
Yeah.
No. Bad.
Do you have a res on you?
I have one, but I may end up needing it.
I'll just go to the hospital then.
No, I got it. No, we're all right.
It's okay, I already hit the button.
It doesn't matter. The next wave's gonna kill me anyhow. And there
Oh
it is.
my gosh, Zach, you found it. Oh my, did you read it? It's amazing.
Oh, I love that one. That's one of my favorite ones.
All the Batmans.
Half times man, half times bat, all times worth.
I have not seen Robert Pattinson as the Batman yet.
Neither have I.
It's on Disney. Or no, I'm sorry. It's on HBO Next. Or now, whatever the hell it is. So you have it, Christina.
Yeah,
You got my account.
yeah. It's like you got me for Disney, and I got you for HBO.
Yeah. Although I don't think I actually have you. I have somebody for it, which is not you. I don't think it's your account.
Disney?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because there's like a bunch of strange names on there. None of them are yours.
I don't have my name on it.
And there's like...
The kids have their names, and then Jen.
No.
Jen uses my Disney account for Ayla, and my mom uses my Disney account.
No.
Or when because the kids got okay. The kids said they were really tired of going to my parents' house, because you know that picture I sent you earlier, Paul.
Oh god.
That's their room at my parents' house.
That's amazing. They aggroed on me
Right.
from across the room. Okay.
So, and then they were like, she makes us watch Peppa Pig and crap like that. And mind you, they're 8 and 10. So they're like just not there for it. So I wound up going there and signing into my Disney Plus account just so they could have other content to watch.
Right. But none of the names are any of the names that you say that they are. There's like 4 accounts, one of them which is like Sweet something or other, and 2 of them are like other names that I don't know anything about. And that's it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I have 4 households logged into it.
Anyhow, that is our 3 hours. I'm going to cut the stream out. We're going to finish this mission. But for those who jumped in, thanks for joining. And we will see you next week.